Yeah, well, I'm not working, but I had a little, well, it's not an interview, it was kind of an interview, it's for preparation for interviewing, so.
What are you interviewing for?
Well, I love counseling, I also love teaching. So I'm interviewing for sixth grade, over at the American Practice School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I love middle schoolers, they're just something that God gave me a heart for. And so I'm gonna do that part-time. Yeah, so I oftentimes hear, "Are you kidding me, middle schoolers?" I'm like, you have no idea what you're missing.
A lot of them in
Yeah.
practice, so yes,
Yeah.
Yes, we do these.
Yeah, they are.
The world is forcing to live way too fast.
Absolutely. Yeah, what is that? Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was gonna focus on teens, but that's where I have the most of it.
Well, and that's probably where there's the most biggest need. I mean, look at what just happened in the Austin curriculum scenario. So it's just a little bit scary what's going to happen in the next little while.
It's already opening.
Why are we opening the door to something that they're not even necessarily thinking about right now?
They are thinking about it, and now it's going to make them think that they have to think about it more.
Well,
I've got 4 in the last few months that walk in and tell me they're transgender, and one of them's only 11.
So when I was younger, I was a tomboy. And if I were to be in today's society, they would be saying this to me. Well, probably what ended up happening was you were supposed to be a boy and now you're a girl. And that's not true. That's not what I'm supposed to be. I have 4 daughters and 3 granddaughters. That's absolutely not what I'm supposed to be.
I try to convince these kids that I've got a little girl who's tried to hang herself, cuts, all because she's a boy. But she didn't decide she was a boy until she started her period and started to change, and she feels awkward in her body, and she doesn't like that body.
Does.
So she looks it up online, and it's like, oh, that's gender dysphoria, so therefore.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Oh, well, welcome to the curse. Mm-hmm. That we earned.
So none of us really like it.
Yeah, I had to tell you,
Did you have gender dysphoria?
No, I had cancer, and cancer took away my periods and things like that, and as much as I didn't like the cancer, and that wasn't what God was doing with the intent of it, but it did eliminate, I went into early menopause.
Oh, I did the
So,
same thing.
Yeah,
At 37, I had breast
Oh, I wasn't
cancer.
that, yeah, okay, same thing, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you know what, they didn't tell me.
I had a period again.
Yeah, well, they didn't tell me when I was going in for chemo and radiation that it was actually going to cause this to happen, so I wasn't informed.
They did tell me.
Which made me a little bit angry. Not that I would have changed my decision, but I would have liked to have known. So people don't give you all the information and then you're caught off guard. It just puts you into place.
I was 37,
So,
had
yeah.
mastectomy, had followed by simultaneous reconstruction. I
Wow.
didn't go back later. And
Wow.
then chemo. I didn't have radiation. In those days, they were doing something different. If you had a modified radical or radical mastectomy, they didn't really do radicals anymore. Modified radical mastectomy, they didn't radiate anymore.
Well, because there was nothing left to radiate. Why radiate? And that makes a whole lot of sense to me. And to be honest with you,
chemotherapy because I was already stage 3B.
okay. The chemo is supposed to attack everything that's in your body, which is appropriate. The radiation is very centralized and localized. But I have to tell you that the radiation was the one that really knocked me for a loop. The chemo did not do that.
Everybody says.
Yeah. So the radiation was the one that was more difficult. And I think the radiation was the one that gave me probably my what do I call that? Brain fog? I don't know if you had that.
Well, I had it. I lost a lot. Well, I was on high dose because I was so late stage.
Sure.
And I was young, so they're like, we'd
get
like
out
to
of there.
just really knock you for a loop.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, it's a lot of recuperation.
A lot.
So yeah. Right, so we just sit wherever.
Hey there,
Have a seat. Where
I think we
how big it's gonna be small.
I'm trying to be also savvy on our camera. I got one linking.
I would not try to travel with her.
Pardon?
I wouldn't try to do the whole.
Yeah, I've got a view now from the 2 lights.
My person who usually does this is
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
this is going to
we,
be south.
yeah, that's right. We had started doing this like 2 months ago and it worked. But the people who are like most adept at it couldn't be here today.
That's a screen though, so what's that little camera thing?
This is the broadcasting camera called a Mevo.
Oh.
I can see you on here, and you want to see the range of what you get. This is, so see, there you are. So I can see you between the 2 lights.
Okay.
And this is where it, kind of tracks on you, but I can also put it on automatic tracking. Let me see where that choice is.
It looked like it was doing it when I was walking up.
Good. Okay, see it's got your face there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
it's doing it. I've got the track the speaker setting.
And if you
I
would
could-
rather zoom in more,
and she's
I'll try to stay within this range.
Well, do the handouts map to your slides?
Yes.
Like, well,
Okay.
my
So
email,
thank
I got the two sites.
And you have it in the email too.
Okay.
Yes, and I sent it
We're
to
hoping
the
to
South
get
Austin people.
10
Oh, good.
regulars
Thank you.
So
on there,
if it maps
but you
to
have
their
to have
handout, that really
10
helps
regulars
because
and-
one speaker didn't do that and they were getting really lost because they couldn't see the slides super well.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they were getting a little bit lost.
The only things that aren't in it are, like, my client video, there's some stuff from Brazelton that unless it's a touch points training, I can't show. The only things that are protected
Yeah.
are not in here.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
could be a different.
So they might see that if we're broadcasting well enough.
Absolutely.
Is that
Today,
copyright
because we're
violation?
off by our normal meeting time, and, the
That
time
is a
here,
good question.
and child topic. That's-
Well, I
So
mean,
when
to be honest with you, I didn't come for the actual topic, I came for the actual, connection.
So when
and
it's
the
being
people, so.
recorded,
Is
is
that
that
also then
next
recorded for
month,
someone to
we
view
highlight
later?
a resource,
Theoretically.
a location that has good resources.
Think
So
about
last year
how
we
I
did
can
Timothy
do
Center,
that.
this year we're doing.
I mean, I have a consent from this client,
Okay.
and so he knows, he's a former
That's
client
cool.
from years
That's
ago.
cool, yeah.
So I have consent.
All right, well, so that's a biggie. And then you said the Brazelton stuff.
I think that'll be okay, cause I'm not showing any of the videos that are just Brazelton.
And did you credit him?
Yeah.
It's not plagiarism.
No,
I
no,
know
no,
this
no,
is-
no.
Okay.
No,
So you
very
credit
clearly
him, you're not making any money. I think generally the copyright thing is you're not making any money on this.
I know, I said, I don't know.
You're not trying to steal it, as own it.
Yeah,
Plagiarize
and I'm a
it.
certified Brazelton trainer, touch points
Yeah.
trainer,
So-
so I have, but the stuff that I'm sharing, actually the videos from Brazelton are from YouTube, they're not even touch points training.
Okay, that's
Right,
still
right.
And you'll see on everything that I have, well, of all the videos,
So, yeah.
on the handouts is a direct link to them.
Good.
So like
Beautiful.
anyone who looks at it can then go see the exact
Yeah.
link.
So that's all public domain.
Which is why hopefully people who are here, I'm fine with them having the handout too.
Yes.
Because lots, you'll see on the handout, there's lots of things that have links. Because obviously I can't cover it. So much is if you're curious about this, click on this link, watch this video.
Yeah, that is so wonderful, because we do not want more, you can't cover everything, but you give them.
She's actually learned that, so. She's actually.
Well, and then no one's really gonna go, oh, I have
Oh,
intimate
yeah.
health stuff all the time. Yeah, it's all sourced from multiple ways.
No,
No, no, no.
I go to the Lakeland.
And let's see what else. I did end up changing the description and objectives.
She was awesome.
Okay,
She
on here
shared
and
a
in
lot
your
of her
packet.
life and her
So,
ministry.
yeah, because what I had sent you like 8 months ago didn't
Yeah.
have any.
Yeah,
And so.
yeah, and for CCT, they do that evaluation, I don't want you to feel like,
We start doing
you know,
those.
I know you would bring that
And it's throughout
perspective
the-
is, but
it's
that's
throughout
okay,
the
that's good,
presentation.
I know.
But I didn't have it in
Never
writing
do that.
in the objectives and the description, so I added it
And if you
in.
want.
So your official CCT
Yeah.
version
But I'll
has
sign
it.
it as.
I appreciate that, and that's what gets loaded up to the future site, what do we call it, the CE site that the board would look at, or that anybody needed to
On
verify.
the OneDrive and all that.
Yeah, that thing. So now, my only concern here is I went off and I went on. Did I stop it and have to start again? Because I get a link.
actively recording?
Well, it
Oh,
might
it's all
have-
on your phone.
It's on my phone, but it only we only have access to a 1 hour YouTube link, so we're really not going to do any recording till you start. We have our short business meeting first, pretty soon, and we're not recording that. Then
that's good
we
to
have a 1 hour recording window for you, so I don't want it to be recording until I start you. And so I started it and stopped it, but I didn't see my link here. Let me just double check. And then I'm trying to, communicate with Ellen Carpenter. And then do you know Vanessa Jackson? She's on Timothy Center staff.
I don't think so.
down in the south. She's in the same lot, Austin Oaks Counseling Center, Timothy
Oh,
Center,
really?
Ellen,
Okay,
Leslie,
and that whole
Liz
It's
Lawrence.
Thompson.
And I never
Yeah,
would
are down there.
remembered-
They're their own practice
I
these
know,
days, but
right?
Hi,
Um,
come on in. Start right here or work right
You're
here?
so good at that networking and keeping everybody organized.
I'm
And
not
names and last
Michelle.
name. Oh no, I'm Katie, but this is Michelle.
Michelle.
She's there. Welcome, welcome. Excellent. Glad you found us.
Well, it was, yeah, I was like, I'm running away, where is it at?
Nope, we will start
Almost
soon,
like
yes.
built-in
And
cushion.
then I got in the building and I went down a few hallways and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta find somebody because I have no idea which door to open.
And then if
Yeah.
you walk into a counseling office, they just sit you down and say, you
Start
look a little
working on
troubled.
you.
Yeah. What can we help you
What
with?
brings you here today?
Well, this is our speaker, Katie, and
Oh,
Mrs. Carmen.
hello.
Nice to meet you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Carmen's gonna be giving us her 2-minute elevator speech about a new group she's started at the
Exciting.
country.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, through Grace Alliance.
Oh, that's great.
So here you are on the, we're gonna do this part soon. When I do this, I'll say, wow, Carmen made it there, okay?
I love your bag.
Oh, I forgot to put my
books out.
Good.
That is so.
And I was
I
gonna,
have so many bags.
I'll get a
It's just
sheet,
crazy.
notepad out if anyone wants
Good morning.
more information or talk further between now and then.
And,
I'll
and
just
they
have
would
to ask
find
them
you
their
here
questions.
too, I mean, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's all
So
there.
they'll have that, but,
Well, this would be more if they want me to like contact them.
Okay.
If they don't wanna, they're gonna forget to do that or
Sure,
whatever,
that
and they
you
just
could
know they
reach
want,
out.
yeah.
excellent, okay, we'll get some water and
But I'll
get
tell them.
comfortable. Hey, Francisco.
We didn't communicate, or if they just.
I thought I gave him our calendar, oh dear, oh dear, that was Andrea told us that? Are we in trouble?
No, I don't know if it's Jana or if she was like, well, they haven't notified me they're using the room, but I know they're in there. And I'm like, so I just thought I'd mention it, but I don't know.
Well, I gave them the calendar for the year, but Hannah thought the meeting was the 22nd, so did we change the date without telling somebody?
Yeah.
So that would be on me, that would be on me because I just moved right on, you know?
Right.
Our room, well, our room, you know. So we haven't had someone.
No, oh, no.
Oh, that's great, oh my goodness. I think the table with the
I don't
snacks
do
is
that
a
over there.
better space.
Okay.
Just if people wanna look
Yeah.
at them, and then if, I have to leave, cause I have a benevolence appointment at the church at 12:45. So I'll sneak out about 12:40.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you want?
Well, and that's what I figured.
Okay, so it's for December 6th.
Oh, that'd be
When I
perfect.
see you,
Yeah,
if
we did
and
that.
they're working, okay, excellent.
We had moved some of these chairs forward. We had
Yeah, no, yeah.
earlier.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? I'm good. And then I'll make sure you back. So are you a front row person or a back row person?
It depends.
Okay.
I just don't wanna be over this part, I can never see
You were in
Okay.
consultations?
I don't know what it
Oh, there you go, so you have to wait then.
I think we usually sit. It was just these two.
There's an open spot right there, there's a bunch.
That's wonderful. Please speak, please.
So quiet for me. I think everyone's tired.
That could be.
Or the
Yeah.
noses are smoothly like mine.
Something about all that nice warm weather we've been having, I think.
Mm.
I know, is that why we're so tired?
I think maybe, yeah.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a
So
laugh.
exciting to have the sun out.
See some familiar
in this.
Good morning, yeah,
These
these
are
are
all
all
fantastic. Pretty talented.
Just actually only about 8 minutes from here, so real close, yeah.
Do you want
Somebody's
to
in
speak?
Liberty Hill.
Do you?
Okay.
Do we have a lot of
Good morning, this is
We asked,
And it's stuff I do all the time. So a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Hi,
how
are you doing? Excellent. I'm the camera lady today. Well, you're my role model.
feel like I haven't seen you in like a while.
So you have to use that,
Attachment in and out.
Yeah.
yeah. Like how often does one use that?
I can't remember what my haircut gal told me, because I swim a lot.
Oh,
so
which does the yellowing,
yeah,
for sure.
I know.
Okay.
I was at a doctor's appointment the other day.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Good, good.
It was totally tinged blue. Yeah, it was like,
Dude,
bless
you're
his
using it
heart.
too much.
Someone is not helping him.
CCT stands for Christian Counseling.
Not ready to go all the way there yet. So.
Well, we talked about that a long time ago.
I'm Carmen Thompson. Nice to meet you.
Hello, how are you?
Suggested to present I'll do a little elevator speech here in a second.
Okay. November 2020.
Wait, how old are you? You're the intern? You, they couldn't reconcile. And I was like, and also it's the
So,
assessment of it, and I was like,
remind me of the name
It's
again?
like Grace Covenant.
Grace Covenant?
Grace Covenant takes I'm daughter of the cosmetologist, so you know we went here in Austin
With a real tour guide over there.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just had five kids. So, but
That's okay.
Are you going?
Do you work most of the day?
yes.
And my sister's a flight attendant, so she's
0
always
to
in
teenagers.
She's okay.
What's your rating?
What's
0 to 5?
How long do they usually
I
go?
think it's 10 days.
And she
Various ways. A lot of my haven't interest me come here this Sunday or Saturday.
and she finally started with the board. She's letting it grow. And it
Yeah,
was
so typically if you
it
do
was like the highlight, you know.
Well, I mean, you both of you guys have, it's not just it's not like it's not like a.
I imagine.
Yeah, typically a year,
Small
and
groups.
minimum,
Well, I'm technically here at, CRC, but my infant mental health work is going through my,
Oh, you're there.
We've been, it's like it's such a outside thing. So, yeah. No, I think those see social stuff, that way we're actually, I don't know, I know. So I'll send you the link and see if you can at least begin to think about it.
Okay.
And then, you know, how much God's asking me to do.
and they were telling me to.
It is. When am I gonna do it if I don't do it now?
Yes.
They live out in the city.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call us together.
Area, so that.
We are going to do a brief business meeting. Welcome, everybody. And then we'll have our speaker. I got an agenda. Well, I asked Francisco if he would open us in prayer, please. Francisco Peralta.
Father God, we just bless you because of what was done all those years ago in eternity that reflects on us in the here and now, today, this very day. As I'm gathered with my fellow counselors, our sisters and our brothers who seek you and to seek to provide through you, through the power of Christ Jesus, healing to others. So Lord, I ask you to bless our time together. Bless Katie, our speaker. Bless us in a sense that we can receive information that comes from your very throne.
Yes.
All wisdom is your wisdom, oh God. So bless our time together. Join us in one heart as we seek you and as we seek wisdom from you. And Lord, we love you. Help our hearts to be united in love for you. In your perfect name, Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, thank you for that. And I'm your Austin chapter president, Michelle. Welcome, everybody who's here today. I hope you picked up an agenda over there. I hope you signed in, and one of our new sign-in requirements is for the CE is that you put the time you arrived, and then you remember to sign out at the end. So I want to make sure you are aware of that. And on the agenda then, we have the first order is to approve the minutes from October. So I didn't make copies for everybody, but there's one on the table. If you were here last time, you can look at that maybe at the break and tell us if you approved the minutes. It's just who was here and the announcements we made and that Paul Gross was our speaker. There's nothing controversial about it. Cheryl, I know you were here last month. Maybe you could take a peek at that. Sarita, you were here last month. If you could take a peek at that.
It's a formality to be in
Absolutely.
line with our, you know, whatever you call that. Bylaws of the organization, that's it. Okay, so looking down at your next item, announcing that Heather Lucero, who couldn't be here today, is our secretary-elect. Ellen Miller will be, continue the secretary till March, and then Heather's in the pipeline to take over for that. Lori Hamilton is serving as our secretary today because Elaine couldn't be here. So thank you for that, Lori. And we are still praying for our president-elect. We have a candidate considering it, so we'll just wait to see if we can announce that soon. I'm just grateful for those I've had conversations with, including you know, several of you in the room here, and I know God's going to provide the right leadership for us. And the upcoming events, December 6th is our next meeting. It comes up pretty quick now, but that is a networking meeting at Christie Center, so we can learn about their services. They're a nonprofit that does grief and loss groups. Elaine Miller, our secretary, does volunteer work there, and so she has gotten the venue for us, and we went and visited the other day. It's a really nice space. We'll be able to hang out, have some snacks, get to know each other better. We hope you'll come. Our speaker on January 24th, I can now announce the Human Empathy Project. We're going to have Lauren Spalding. This is a group that wants Christian counselors to know how to counsel with Christian, gay, lesbian, same-sex attraction community. So they are Christian counselors, and they want to educate us on how to serve that community better. So I'm really excited they're going to come. And then February is the statewide conference. Those of you who have been know it's a marvelous experience. We don't meet for the month, so please get on there and register. I didn't look today when the prices go up, but you know there's early bird stuff, and it'll go up. Okay, under the announcements, so if you know anybody who's a student that's had at least one semester of their graduate work, or if you know anybody that wants to do research in our field, there's 2 scholarships will be given out in the February conference. They're $2,000 each. Last year they did not have that many applicants, so they give out 2 and they only had a handful of applicants. So if you know any students or researchers, please encourage them to apply. In the deadline, I've got some handouts over there if you know anybody or you want to apply, and it's due December 1st. Okay, our next item there actually comes with a visitor. So Carmen Thompson and I met through internet, email. She reached out to me. She wants the counselors in our area to know about a new mental health peer support group. So I invited her to come give us a very brief intro to it, and then hopefully you'll come and spend more time with us if you can come to the networking social. So come on up, Carmen. I told you you had a 2-minute elevator speech.
I know, which is going to be difficult because I'm a talker and a crier. So I have to pause to cry and then I talk some more. So I just want to introduce a group. It's actually not extremely new. I started it about a year ago, and I call it the Living Grace Mental Health Support Group. And the reason I call it Living Grace is because I use the curriculum that the Mental Health Grace Alliance out of Waco put together, which is a Christian mental health support organization that focuses on providing useful tools for people with the illnesses and family and friends that have loved ones with the illnesses to cope, to heal, and recover. So I did leave a book back there, and I'll leave this one as well. But just real quick, and they have a whole backstory. I believe on your sheet there is a website that I have set up on meetup.com that has all the information I'm telling you today. So that's
So
a
your
quick,
2 minutes
easy.
are almost up.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. So go there for all the details of the group.
There you go, my dear. That's beautiful.
I am going to start passing, if you want me to contact you because you're like me and you're like, I'm going to forget this. And so just put your name on this sheet of paper. Don't feel like you have to. I know that's what I'm like. So,
Thank you.
But yes, I'll be at the December 6th social.
Okay.
And
your
I
meetings are Sunday nights
from
currently.
4:30 to 6:30 at Hill Country Bible Church off 620, just west of 183. They also have an Awanas program going on during that time if you have parents with kiddos, and they do up to 7th grade, I believe.
And your group
So.
is a peer support.
Correct.
But
so
the family support, I think you told me, is going on.
there's only 2 groups that use this in Austin. Mine does for people with the illness, and Hillcrest Baptist Church, who I have not connected with them, but I know they have one for family and friends.
And y'all know where they're like off of Mesa and
They're
Step
close,
area.
yeah, close to here.
So what I want to say why I'm so excited to meet Carmen is that my family's been through the NAMI family to family, and we just wish we had more Christian support around the family, what we needed. So this is a breakthrough that we have like a Christian support group. And
I have type 1
Grace
bipolar
Alliance.
disorder, and so a lot of the tools in here I've used myself.
Yeah.
Along mainly with my spirituality, so
Yes.
my Christianity.
And
so.
we know this is a lifelong deal for families, and so we need to find each other. We need to find support. We need to help people, get in a group where they can just be connected, not isolated,
So I will
thank you
leave two of
so
these back
much.
there if you want to take a look at how it incorporates Christianity with actual skills and coping mechanism education. You're
Thank
welcome
you
to.
for filling this niche, Carmen. Seriously, we need this in
Also, Carmen's
Austin.
not new to this. Her group might sound new, but she's been doing this for a long time through a secular organization, and I actually have referred to her, so her group, so she does a good job.
The other
We
one
we
was
got to hang
secular,
out for a whole
yeah.
weekend at a retreat one time. That's how we got to know each other.
That's wonderful. Well, glad to know more about you, Carmen. I also wanted you to point out just a few other things. There's a new website for parents who are struggling with their child's same-sex attraction. That's called the Group's Lifeline, but they just released a new website, grabthislife.com. I'm sure Human Empathy Project's going to tell us more about that. Leslie Blay is offering Enneagram sessions for counselors. Looks like she had her first one, but there's more. And she was featured on a podcast if you want to see Leslie in action. She did a marvelous job on Suzanne Stabile's podcast. If you have interest in how our licensing boards are merging, here's a link to the BHEC meeting that already happened. It's recorded, but it's like how is all the different LPCs, LMFTs, LCSW boards getting combined, and our statewide board will continue to monitor that. There are some issues coming up that we want to know about, but I'm not on the level to talk about them right now. Then I'm looking for a referral to a Mandarin-speaking Christian counselor. If that happens to be anybody you know, please let me know, so that this is a counselor friend at Timothy Center, so that they don't have to just go through an interpreter service. Okay, does anyone else have announcements that are new things going on? What's going on?
I didn't bring any
Sarita?
flyers, but at my church I am group facilitator for Grief Share, and so we will be having Surviving the Holidays from 1 to 3. So if you want more information,
What's
this
the
Sunday.
date on that?
Sunday.
This
What is
coming
it?
Sunday?
Mhm, the 17th.
Okay. What church?
Oh, St. Stephen's at 12300 Amherst.
Okay, maybe we can get,
Maybe
if
right
we can
now.
get a marker, we could have you put it up on that whiteboard.
Okay.
Yeah, we have done that Grief Share, Surviving the Holidays at our church, and it's really, really neat. Divorce Care does one too, and it's a really neat service. This is the time of year, for sure. Okay, thanks, Sarita. Anybody else have announcements? Carrie, our statewide president just arrived. Do you have any announcements of goodies on the conference to tell us about? Or anything else you want to tell us?
Register. Register. Yeah. And if you haven't ever been, come ask us more about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you have ever thought about getting involved and helping out and using some of your talents, see Michelle or myself, because there's all kinds of things from helping with decorations for the banquet to we've got prayer stations. So those of you that are more creative. So there's a lot of different needs.
And we'll officially make a request in January, because generally we provide the room monitors that check in and out. Sarita is in charge of the banquet decor, and so she'll need some helpers. Lori's our prayer room coordinator. So Austin doesn't get overtapped, but they do need us at critical times.
It ends up being pretty easy
Yeah, it's
duty
not that
when you
awful.
get there. It sounds like you're volunteering for a lot, but it's really not.
Yeah, Denise and Francisco
Still get
helped
to
with
go.
that.
It's
set
a
up
great,
last
it's
year.
great. I call it a retreat every year because
That's what I
it's such a great time of just fellowshipping, so that's the other benefit. I always forget to call it a conference. I just say I'm going to my CCT retreat.
Do you happen to know when, is there an early bird deadline coming up? I
Yeah,
didn't
well, January 15th,
know. Okay,
it will be the cutoff for hotel and early bird rates.
okay.
With the hotel early bird, that's the deadline to be able to get the special pricing that they're offering and guarantee that there will be rooms
Okay.
by January 15th. But I don't know, Austin folks, some of you I think go and stay, but most everybody in Austin just drives in. But anyway,
Well, and that's true. This is in Austin, if you haven't
Yes.
looked ahead, so we do have a lot less expense because we're not having to do it overnight, mostly, we don't, yeah. So thank you for that. Okay, so now we're going to switch, okay, any other announcements?
I just wanna say real quickly that I'm on the board of Partners Against Child Trafficking,
Okay,
and there's some brochures up here.
thanks,
If anybody
Jean.
wants to get involved.
Yes, we do like to know about, community things like that.
Lydia is also, you work with Lydia at all? They do prevention, education and prevention.
Yeah, we're really a lot about education into the schools
Yeah.
Yeah,
particularly.
yeah, that's good to know. Okay, well, what we're gonna do now is just take a brief, break to network, get a snack, get water, and let Katie finish setting up. And then I'm gonna start recording it when Katie starts to the South Austin office. So just say a little prayer right now, the non-tech lady gets that link happening, okay? I can do it, God's wireless will take over.
And it's easy for you guys to net. You've been
Here's
doing a
Lori's
great,
gonna let,
you've been doing a great job in networking, so you can continue to do that. If you feel like you need an icebreaker, then what is the one thing that you think is most important to share with your clients to survive the holidays?
Might be a good topic to discuss. Go. We'll get started in about 5 minutes.
You've been picking up about the same.
Yeah, it's a really nice
They don't put them in the long-term clients.
I would feel it. I would feel it.
Oh, good, thank you, thank
We ran out of handouts for, I don't have one, you don't have one, and she doesn't have one.
Okay.
She's the one who needs one. And normally we have some waiting there.
Thank you, thank you.
So I have to go down the stairs.